Big circles, keeping it going. 3, 2, 1. Drop the head all the way around. You get to the front, bring it back opposite direction. Big round circles each time. Try to move the whole way through that joint. 3, 2, and one last one. Okay, hands on the hips, feet about shoulder apart, and we're going to go round and back our hips. Big circles each direction. All the way around, all the way back. 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet together, bend the knees, so make sure we keep our back straight. And again, little circles, and all the way back. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And last one, out onto the toe, round angle, and all the way back. And one more direction. I'll hop to the opposite side. Round and back. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to bring our hands out in front of us, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring our nice and wide. So hands open wide. Imagine we're pulling a band and we're squeezing shoulder blades together at the back, squeezing back and forward. So we really want to feel our shoulders engage at the back, all the way out, squeeze and back. Start with a bit of activation in our shoulders. Out. Focus on engaging those muscles at the back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Shake it out. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms in front of us, and we're going to pull our shoulder blades back and forward. So again, we're focusing here on pulling our shoulder blades together, engaging those back muscles, and forward. We don't want to, our arms aren't really moving, it's all through our shoulders. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And shake it out again. We're going to bring our hands up above our head here. So if you are struggling with that, you can keep the hands at the second one we're doing there. We're going to pull our shoulder blades down and push them up. Pull our shoulder blades down, push them back up. So movement through shoulder blades here. Try to move them up and down as much as we can. All the way up and back. Yeah, we're trying not to bend our arms here. We're trying to make this movement through our shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, 1, let it go, shake it out. Okay, we're going to bring our hands up again to shoulder height. And what we're going to do is, at the same time, we're going to rotate as much as we can. So our palms to the ceiling, pushing our thumbs back as far as we can. And then we're going to rotate them the opposite direction. So moving through that range of motion as much as we can. Yeah, and if you need to take a break during this, do. As much as we can. All the way around. And all the way back. We're really working through activating all the muscles of the shoulder right now. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that go, shake it out. And now we're going to have one hand. So one hand we're going to rotate it up and around. And we're going to bring the other hand and we're going to rotate it the opposite way. So we're going in opposite directions here. And we're going to change. So one goes one way, one goes the other. Moving all the way through as far as we can on each side, activating those muscles. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go, shake it out. We're going to bring one arm across body and just hook in, not on the elbow, so either side. Just bring it slowly across the body and just hold there, stretch out the back of the shoulder. Just when we get that little bit of tension. Just keep breathing the whole time as well. Let it go and shake it out. Bring it to the opposite side. Three, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to bring it down to the mat now. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie flat on our back first. So lying back, tucking our shoulders back and down, and we're just going to focus on squeezing our glute muscles first. So squeezing our bum, and we're going to just squeeze both together and let go, and let go. So you should have a slight movement that your bum's come up as we squeeze and back. So we're going to focus on engaging those muscles. We get a bit sleepy sometimes. Squeeze, let go. Squeeze, let go. We're starting this for a bit of glute work. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go one at a time. So either side, making sure they're getting moving. I'm going to hold them both for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. We're going to bring our feet up. So knees are now pointed towards the ceiling. Feet are flat onto the mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to tilt our hips first. So you might have a little arch under the back. You're going to tilt those hips down so we're flat. Our back is flat. Pull our core in and we're going to slowly lift up into a bridge position, using those glutes to drive yourself up. You're going to slowly come back down. And we're going to move through those vertebrae as well. So sit all the way up, using those glutes to lift, bring it back and down. All the way up. And slowly lower. So we're lifting all the way up and we're slowly putting it back down. Again, just moving that lower spine as well, getting it moving, getting the glutes activating. On our next one, we push up into that position. We're going to hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back down. Okay. From there, we're going to put the soles of our feet together. So, like a little frog, knees are going to fall out, and we're actually going to squeeze up again, lifting up the glutes all the way up and back down, up and back down. So squeeze up and slowly lower. Breathe through, lift up. Again, we're engaging as glutes, push ourselves up and slowly come back down, keeping it controlled. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Okay, we're going to extend our legs. Now we're going to lift our knees up. So first off, we want to make sure our back is pressed into that mat. So keep that core nice and tight. We're going to bend our knees 90 degrees. And we're going to extend out one leg and bring it back in. Keeping the other one there at 90 degrees. Extend out and back in. Activating that hip flexor as well. Keeping that back in contact with the mat at all times. We want to keep that core nice and stable, so we are just moving through that leg. If you are struggling, you can keep one foot down and just bring the leg in and out itself. But if you can, keep them both up, moving through those hips. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can pop them back down a second if you need to. And then we're going to bring the opposite leg out. Keeping that other leg as still as we can. Moving through that hip. Keeping your back flat into the mat. Don't let that back rise. Exhale, push out. Inhale, back in. Again, using that core to keep yourself really stable as we do this. And moving our hips. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And back up. Okay, bring the legs down. From there, we're going to stack one ankle on top of your knee. So starting with the first leg we started with, and we're just going to lift up our foot, hands in between our legs, just pulling towards yourselves into a figure of 4 stretch. If you want to add a bit of a hamstring stretch in this, you can extend your leg up. But if you're not comfortable doing that, just keep the knee bent. Hold that there, just keep breathing. Three, 2, 1, bring it back down, place the feet back down. I'm going to swap to the opposite side. So again, stacking that leg out, I'm going to lift up. And then from there, extend the opposite leg up towards the ceiling. You might find one side is tighter than the other, that's okay, that's completely normal. And also you don't have to extend the opposite leg up to the ceiling, you can keep that bent as well if you want. It's optional to you. Keep holding, keep breathing. Three, 2, 1, and drop it down. Slowly bring it back down to the mat. From there, I'm going to extend our legs. I'm going to bring one knee up, grab it with the opposite hand, and then pull across the body into a light twist. With the other hand, we're going to bring it out and keep that shoulder into the mat. So if your shoulder's coming off the mat, in order to pull your knee further, keep it there. Keep your shoulder on the mat over bring the knee further. If you want to make the stretch a little bit easier on this side, bring your hand lower. And if you want to make the stretch a little bit more, bring your hand higher. So we're giving a bit of stretch into our chest muscles here as well. 3, 2, 1, let it go, bring it back around and down. And we're going to bring that opposite leg, hooking out the hand, over into that little twist and keeping our shoulder flat to the mat. You're looking over in the direction our knee is going as well. Again, if you want to make that stretch more intense, you can lift it up higher, your hand higher, or if you want to make it easier, bring it lower. Three, 2, 1, let it go, bring it around. Okay, we're going to sit up here and we're going to bring our feet touching again. So knees just out as far as they can, and what we're going to do is we're going to lean over as much as we can. Once you feel a little bit of a stretch, you're going to stay there, not going to go any further. Breathing the whole time. So using those elbows to push your knee further if you can, and if you can't, just stay where you are. If you feel comfortable to do so, take an inhale, exhale, push a little bit further. Do not worry if not. We don't want to push and force a stretch. And again, inhale and exhale so you can go a bit further. Now once more, see if you can go a little bit further. If not, just stay where you are. Three, 2, 1, bring it up. From there, we're going to little flush into the legs, so a little butterfly. Moving as much as we can through those hips. Stretch them out there, and I'm just going to move them around a little bit now. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring them into a cross-leg position. What we're going to do is we're going to sit up tall. We're going to bring one arm behind our back and then the other hand just to the side of our head. We're going to sit up, so make sure our shoulders back and down. You're just going to pull your head till you feel that first little piece of tension, and we're just going to hold it there for a second. Stretching the side of our neck here and top of our shoulder. I'm going to push against that ever so slightly. So 30% pressure. And I'm going to inhale, exhale, bring it a little bit further. Again, push against it, about 30% pressure. And then let go, inhale, and then exhale, see if you can bring it a little bit further. And let it go. Shake it out. We'll bring it to the opposite side. So again, hand goes behind the back. We're up nice and tall, and we're just going to pull across. You get that first point of tension, just a light bit of tension. And we're going to push into it. Inhale, exhale, bring it a little bit further if you can. Breathe the whole time as well. And we're going to push against it again, a little bit of pressure. And then once more, let it go. Inhale and exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. Three, two, one. Let it go. Shake it out. Okay. Again, we're going to sit up tall. We're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to grab onto the opposite knee and just twist a little bit, looking over our back shoulder. Just lightly twisting. If you can go a little bit further, do. If not, just stay where you are. Inhale, exhale, bring it around. We're going to go the opposite direction. So again, inhale, nice and tall, hand goes to the opposite knee, and we're just going to twist around, looking over the back shoulder. And inhale, exhale, see if you can go a bit further. Three, two, one. Bring it around. Shake it out. Okay, from there, we're going to go over into our box position. So our box position is on our hands and knees, making sure there is a straight line from our shoulder to our wrist and our hip to our knee. And from there, what we're going to do is we're going to roll our shoulders around in a circle and all the way back. Nice big circles here. Really moving through the joint as much as you can. Four, three, two, one. From there, we're going to lift one hand up and we're going to reach through as far as we can and then all the way back up and reach through again. A big stretch up as high as we can, stretch through and around. Breathing through each one. 3, 2, our last one, we're going to go through and stay there for a second. Trying to get a stretch across the back there. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. I'm going to go to the opposite side, so all the way up, reach through, and back around, reach through. And as far as you can, and back. Four, three, two, and the last one, all the way through, and just stay there. Four, three, two, one. Back up. We're going to sit back onto the heels into a child's pose. Pulling our hands right forward. If you want, you can just rest your hands, or you can actively pull. Try and stretch out those lats. We'll walk our hands over to one side. Bring it back to center. We're going to walk the opposite side. Again, try and, if you want, you can pull into that stretch and open up the side of the body. And I'm going to walk it back and come back into that box position. From there, we're going to step one foot back, staying onto the toe, and we're just going to push that heel towards the ground behind us, slowly stretching into it. We're not going to bounce, we're just going to move back and forward, nice and controlled. All the way back and forward. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to swap to the opposite side, so the next leg goes back. Now I'm going to push back again and forward. And pushing as far back as you can and coming forward again. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come down onto our front. We're going to bring our hands either to our side, to our temples, or out in front of us. And we're just going to lift up as high as we can, keeping our toes in contact with the mat. Lifting up as high as we can and slowly lower. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. We're going to bring our hands out, so our hands are above or off the mat, out in a straight line. Base still on the floor, and we're going to bring them up as high as we can and back. So up as high as we can and back. Again, moving through our shoulders, using those muscles at the back of our shoulders. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And then there's a second, let them rest. Big move. From there, we're going to bring them up in front of us, kind of a Y shape. I'm just going to push them back as far as we can and back. If you're finding that too hard, bring them lower and just kind of come out a T shape. If you can, open that Y shape back, squeeze back. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. And bring your hands either side of the body, and then just push up your feet on the ground, just stretching through the core as much as comfortable for you. And bring it back up into that box position. We're actually going to come up out into our knees now. So bring one leg forward, one leg back. We'll squeeze forward into a stretch. So wherever is comfortable, we're just going to stop there. Open up that hip flexor. Keeping that front foot flat on the mat. Feel that muscle start to open up, you can push a little bit further. Keep ourselves as balanced as possible during this. And you can even go further again. From there, we're going to inhale and exhale, sit back onto the bum. You can keep your foot planted if you want, or point your toe towards the ceiling. And if you need to bend your knee slightly, do. Look and stretching the back of the leg here, stretching into our hamstring. And inhale, exhale, bring it up. From there, we're going to pivot our back leg. There you can. Walk that foot out if you can a little bit further. And just sit in a stretch here, keeping our upper body up tall so we don't be leaning over ourselves. Over tall, and if you can rotate your toe up towards the ceiling. It will intensify the stretch a little bit, but you can also leave it the way facing down as well. And also if you need to put your hands down, do. If you can, stay upright. Breathing through this here. And we're going to rotate and bring it back. I'm going to turn around here. So from there, we're going to bring that opposite leg forward. And again, we're going to just sit down into that stretch where we feel that first little bit of tension, and we're just going to let that ease out. I got lost and ended up on the same leg. Just pushing that out. Again, if you feel comfortable to do so, go a little bit further. Try to keep ourselves upright here so we don't want to be leaning forward into it. Keep ourselves upright. And again, if you can go a little bit further, do. Again, keeping our upper body up tall. Feeling that open up the front of the hip. Nice and slowly, we're not forcing it. I'm going to inhale and exhale, sit back onto that back leg again. Again, you can have the toe pointed, or if you want to make it a little bit easier, put your toe flat. Feeling that stretch all in the back of the leg. Remember, remembering to breathe the whole time as well. Now, we're going to inhale, exhale, come up. Pivot that back knee back and walk that foot out again just as much as you can. What is comfortable to you? Try to stay upright, and then if you can, point your toe towards the ceiling. If that is too much, you can keep your toe down. Again, you might find one side is tighter than the other, you might find one side is easier than the other. That's normal. You might feel a better stretch on one side. And keep it there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it around, back in, and we're going to stand up and interlock our fingers behind our back. Just lifting up as high as we can, sticking our chest forward and keeping our head up. If you feel like you can, lift a little bit higher. If you can't, just stay where you are. And we're going to interlock our fingers and push them forward and apart, drop the head. We're going to lift up towards the ceiling, pushing up towards the ceiling as high as you can. And lift over to one side. And you're back to center. You go over to the opposite side. And try and feel that stretch down the side. Into your back maybe a little bit. Back to center. Let it go. And you're doing guys, well done. Great work this morning.